This lesson will describe the main data entry checks made by Toughman when entering log sheets. The first check is that the trip and log sheet dates are in the correct chronological order. And we can see here that the first fishing date should be before the last fishing date, and obviously there's been a problem when entering the year because the last date on the log sheet has been entered as 2008 instead of 2009. The format of the longitude and latitude are checked to make sure that the position is correct and that these have not been transposed, for example. And here we can see this longitude's clearly transposed. And also, you'll note that this is in the southern hemisphere, not the northern hemisphere, taking it well out of the EEZ that we should be in. So the correct latitude, this error format applies to the latitude. A further check on dates is made that alerts you if the depart or return date to port is greater than 3 days away from the first or last log sheet date. So you can see here that the date of departure has been entered for the 2nd of January, and our first day on our log sheet is the 20th of January, with the first day of fishing the 21st of January. In the long line log sheet data entry screen, the following specific data entry checks are made. There is a check on the number of hooks between floats. Clearly this is unreasonable, and the error message tells us that the number of floats should be between 4 and 50. If the activity for the day is coded as fishing, then there must be an entry in the number of hooks. If not, we get an error message. In the species catch, the average weight is checked for each species to be sure that the numbers entered are realistic. And we can see that the estimated average weight should be lower than 120 kilograms for yellowfin. We have a single yellowfin recorded at 300 kilograms. In the purse seine log sheet data entry screen, the following specific data entry checks are made. If the activity for the day is coded as fishing, then the set time must be entered. Now the error message here is helpful. It tells us that even though fishing has occurred, we can use some codes for multiple sets in one day without set times being recorded. In the species catch, the system will check the weight recorded for each species is reasonable. And you can see here that for big eye tuna, there's obviously an error. There's been 5,000 metric tons entered, and the entered weight should be lower than 200 metric tons for a particular day for big eye tuna in the purse seine fishery. In the unloadings window, the unloadings dates must fall after the last fishing date recorded on the log sheet. So here our last fishing date was the 5th of January, and our unloadings was recorded as starting on the 1st of January, which is obviously incorrect, and we've been warned. A further check on position is done by comparing the position from one day to the next to ensure that the vessel has not travelled an unreasonable distance. We can see here we have an alert saying that the distance between the 1st or the 3rd of the 1st and the 4th of the 1st is too high, and we might wish to check these two positions. And obviously here we've had a typo and we've slipped into the southern hemisphere. In the pole and line log sheet data entry screen, the same data entry checks are made for the log and species catch as for the purse seine fishery. The final check for all fisheries types is a check of the species totals. This will be covered in a specific lesson, so we won't deal with it here. That concludes this lesson.